Well, it's been just over a week since I stopped working, but just because I'm not earning a paycheck doesn't mean that I'm not working. There is a lot to do, and right now I'm in the middle of something that I never hope to go through again as far as what I need to do on the Jeep. So let me show you around and just give you an idea of what I'm working on for pretty much the entirety of this week. So that box just got delivered about 5 minutes ago, and what's in there is the reason that my Jeep currently looks like that. So that is my entire dash, and it's completely pulled away from the firewall. And the reason is I needed to take out the heater core, so I'm also going to do a couple of other parts that are in there, including the blower motor and AC component. But this is what it looks like from the other side. Got it held up by bungee cords because I don't want to remove the steering column and take that off. It is dropped though. And then I decided to pull back the carpet while I was down there and found a bunch of rust, so I had to sand all that down and then put FEOR 15 on it. I should cover the whole thing while it's up, but I think I'm going to stick with what I did and maybe attempt it later. Since I had the seats out, it just was something that I needed to do, and then I'm going to do it on the other side as well, maybe tonight, and let that dry overnight again. But this whole box back here needs to come out. I'm actually going to do a video on the whole thing, which has taken me twice as long. I don't know how well it's going to come out, but the hardest part, that wasn't even the hard part, that was actually pretty easy, and putting it back together shouldn't be real difficult except for aligning the bolts. This was the worst part. I had to rip out all this stuff here in the corner to get to a bolt way back there. Had to take other connectors and hoses off. The AC lines and the radiator lines have to be disconnected to take the box out. This here was reason enough to almost douse this thing in gasoline, torch it, and let it and the house go up in flames, because I never want to deal with that again. And the sad thing is I need to put it back together. All the bolts have to line up, everything has to come together, and then I got to put the bolts back in, which is probably going to be harder than taking them out. So not really looking forward to that. Thing is, it's not technically difficult, all of this. It's just time consuming. It's a huge pain, and it requires a lot of patience, and I don't have a whole lot of that. So giving myself more than the couple of days I thought it would take. Doing a video takes a lot of time, and yeah, so this is my week. I've got a lot of stuff after this once it's back together, as long as it starts up and everything works when it's back together. And I'll move on to the next project. So that's just a quick update of where I am. There's all the tools that I needed, plus all the tools in the engine bay to try to get those bolts out. And I've got pieces of my dash all over the place, sitting with their bolts. And there's the middle console, there's a bracket for the, and there's my ducting for the rear seat. So yeah, just been a lot of fun. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll provide another update maybe in a few days.